Welcome to AVP's Orville Chats. My name is AVP. Stay tuned for today's episode. Episode 9, How the Orville is Our Sanctuary in Many Ways. Hey guys, it's me, AVP, back with another episode. Today we are going to discuss how the Orville series is like a sanctuary for many of us. Over the past few years, we have faced many challenges, everything from a global pandemic to economic hardships to unexpected deaths to the uncertainty of what tomorrow will bring. But in the midst of all of this chaos around us Orville fans have found solitude and sanctuary to escape reality. For almost an hour on watching a single episode, the outside world around us fades away. We feel it as if we are with the crew of the Orville awaiting our next mission. I myself have hosted a few watch parties on my YouTube channel and Twitch channels. Escaping the world around me, I feel safe knowing that the Orville is going to help me not think about what I am going through or what I'm feeling or surrounded by. The Orville series makes us feel included on their various missions and adventures, and we know that somehow it will all turn out well in the end. We don't always know how, but we know it will. I think about the quote from Macbeth, which is also in an episode called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Here is the quote. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out of brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a true told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Each of our days pass us so quickly and seem to blur together, but with the Orville series, we slowly catch our breath and we slow down. We remind ourselves that it's okay to geek out or nerd out over fictional characters, planets, or species. We don't feel ashamed. It gives us courage to go on. Like I said, the Orville series is a sanctuary for many of us. People in this community I have found are some of the closest tight-knit group I have found, and we all are so supportive of each other. And when we discuss our favorites with the Orville, we smile as we remember and reflect our first time watching it, as we remember how it made us drift away from the difficulties around us. We may not agree on everything, but we can agree that the Orville is our sanctuary in the midst of everything that goes around us. So while we await season 3, we can rewatch the previous seasons or read the comics or even talk about it online and know that this sanctuary we call Orville, we have others who feel as we do. There's nothing wrong with this. It's perfectly okay to do this, and just remember it's okay to come back to reality and eventually be stronger than you were before. You can do this. I believe that you can. I mean, here's the thing. The Orville series has taken us away from things that we may have been facing that we weren't ready to face, but it gives us hope and it gives us courage to keep on going. I mean, I think about how the pandemic was, and we were thinking, oh, it's going to be just lasting for a short amount of time. But the thing is, in the midst of all the chaos, rewatching the Orville episodes, it gave us hope, it gave us courage to say, okay, if Ed and Kelly, Gordon, Lamar, Isaac, Claire, any of the crew are going through difficulties, then maybe it's okay for me to go through the difficulties that I'm facing, and I'm not alone in this. I mean, like I said, the Orville series has been so much to me. I mean, I have almost finished rewatching the series. I'm on season 2 now. And here's the thing, while I may not agree with everything that goes on in the Orville episodes, I can agree that the episodes are absolutely amazing because they each have their own little bits of humor in them. They have their own bits of dramedy. It all meshes well together. I think about when I talk to some of the Orville community members, and I've had discussions with them where I'm just texting back and forth, and we go like, oh yeah, I remember this, I remember that. And guess what? It brings a smile to our faces to say, you know what? Despite all the chaos that's going on around us, we can brush ourselves off, take a deep breath, and catch our breath and say, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward. The universe is our limit. I mean, I've spoken to so many in this community, everyone from some of the main community team members. I've also spoken to some of the crew members as well, and they are so honest enough to say, you know what, there's something special about this community, because there's a lot of communities that I've been a part of, and for a while they were a sanctuary for us, but the thing is, because of the toxicity that goes on in those communities, it's kind of hard to get it back, where it doesn't feel so toxic. Once the toxicity creeps in, it's kind of hard to get it out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having differences of opinions. We can say, okay, I don't agree with that, but you know what? I still agree that we all love this one particular episode. I mean, do we have to get along with on everything? No, we don't. But we do have to agree the fact that we can be respectful to one another and say, okay, we have a difference of opinion, but we can catch our breath and say, okay, let's find out, why do you like this? Why do you not like this? And you know what? It's perfectly respectful. I mean, there's so many of us that are new to the community that may not be aware that this Orville community has got something special here. That, yeah, there's a lot of toxicity that happens all around us, but you know what? We don't have to let that toxicity creep into the Orville series. We can let it go and say, okay, yeah. But like I said, the Orville series, I know I'm using the cliche of the title, saying it's a sanctuary, because it is. It's someplace that you feel safe and secure. I mean, whenever I put on one of my Orville items, such as my Orville t-shirt or my Orville jacket, or read my Orville books, or read my Orville comic books, or even rewatch the episodes, I can brush myself off and say, okay, life around me is chaotic. Life may be giving me curveballs right and left, but you know what? I can keep on going. I can face a better and brighter tomorrow. Because, like I said, these people are facing similar situations somewhat, even though it's the 25th century. I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but guess what? Some of their same experiences we have faced. What do we do when somebody's going through an addiction situation? What do we do when somebody's going through a rite of passage kind of situation? What do we do when our faith is tested? What do we do when there's a difficult situation that has to be made and all the odds are stacked against us, and everybody's saying you should go this way or you should go that way? What do you do in those kind of cases? That's the thing that's so great about the Orville series, that, like I said, these same characters are going through things that you and I are. And like I said, the Orville series is our sanctuary. It makes us reflect and say, okay, it's going to get okay. It's going to be better. So while we're waiting on season 3 to come out, and as they're slowly starting to wind things up for the season, we can look forward to an amazing upcoming season 3 once it's released. We can look forward to upcoming Orville comic books, because, like I said, the content it keeps coming out there. And us fans that are in this community, myself included, keep coming up with fresh content. Like I said, I'm coming up with these podcast episodes. I'm coming out with these message boards, which I'll discuss right now with you guys. These message boards are sort of like a sanctuary as well. So basically, it's a place where you can have a safe haven, hang out with other people in the community, talk with them, share Orville episode thoughts. You can also share silly pictures. You can also unwind from a crazy day. You can also take it easy and just look over what other people have to say without being negative about it, without feeling guilty because you don't agree with them or you do agree with them. But that's the thing that I love about this message boards that I help establish, called the AVP Orville Lounge. That is basically just a safe place where you can just put your feet up, kick back, have an easier day. And like I said, that this is my way to give back to the community that has given me so much. Because like I said, this Orville community in many, many ways is a sanctuary, it's a safe haven. Because here's the thing, we never know what's going to bring from day to day. But the thing is, when we take it easy and let our minds drift to the Orville series, then we can sort of, like I said, gather our courage, face another day and say, okay, I don't know what's going to happen next, but you know what? It's going to get better somehow. I have hope that it will. I mean, I know in my heart of hearts things are difficult. Things are not looking great for any of us in the world right now with all the chaos that's going on around us. But you know what? With the Orville series, we know that it can get better. We know it will get better for our characters some kind of way, that the heroes will triumph, that the good will go over the evil, that the evil won't win. And that's the thing that I love about the Orville series, that it lets us know, okay, things may look bleak, but somehow it will all turn out in the end. I mean, we never know. The music sometimes helps tell that story, because some of us may be visual and we don't realize that the music is telling the story too, letting us know it's going to get better. And like I said, Orville guys that are listening to this, it is going to get better for all of us somehow. I don't know how, but it will turn out well in the end for us. Just have hope. Don't give up. Just know that this Orville community is a safe place to be, that we all are welcome in. We're all making everybody feel like they're special, that everybody's included, that nobody's excluded, because there's too many communities out there where they don't feel welcome and included. Let's not do that here with the Orville community. Let's make this still a safe sanctuary to hang out at. Let's make people want to be part of the community, because here's the thing. People are still finding out about the series and they don't fully understand what it means. So if we can make them feel like it's a safe place to be and express their opinions without being judged or treated like second rate, let's do that. Let's make people feel like, okay, maybe I joined the Orville series a little bit late, but you know what? I'm glad I did join it. I always tell people, don't apologize for joining the Orville community late, because here's the thing. The Orville community welcomes you no matter what, no matter how soon you started. Just join us. We really, really want to have you in this community. This Orville community is something very unique and very special, and we should treasure it, and we should pass on this love and legacy to many, many people who don't know about the community, don't know what's all in this community. We don't know who in this community, and who knows, you might be befriending people that are from different parts of the world that you never thought you would meet. I myself am meeting friends from Scotland, England, Germany, various parts of the United States, and we all have that one particular tie, and that's the Orville series. And every single time I talk to them, and it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's a male friend or a female friend, we all come to the same conclusion that yes, the Orville series, there's something special here, that it does feel like a sanctuary, it does feel like something special, that it is someplace where, you know what, I may not agree with you, but you know what, I don't feel like something's going to make me feel bad because I don't agree with them. I mean, like I said, these are just my opinions on the matter. And like I said, these are things I've observed. That's the reason why I created this podcast, to let you guys know, hey, it's okay to not agree on everything, but we can agree on the main things. We can agree that we love something very special known as the Orville series. We can agree that there are characters that we love more than others. We can agree that there are characters that we dislike more than others. And we don't make anybody feel bad for it. We don't judge them. We just say, okay, I didn't see it that way. And we respectfully brush our hands off and say, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward. So I hope you guys that are new to these podcasts that are listening in, whether you're on iHeartRadio, YouTube, Podbean, Pandora, or Spotify, keep in mind that I'm just one fan among many who's just sharing her voice out there in the community. Let people know this is something special in the Orville community, and this is the things that I've observed. This is the things that I feel like people would want to hear, people need to know about. And it's hard to believe that we are almost on episode 10, guys. Yeah, 10 episodes, and I'm still writing episodes. Don't worry, I haven't given up. And if you have any ideas or suggestions or ideas on what you want to hear done on future episodes, please feel free to let me know. I always keep my messages open where you can message me via Twitter, Facebook, my YouTube accounts. Feel free to message me. I mean, I'm always willing to hear your feedback, because that's how I grow. That's how I get better. better. That's how I get stronger. That's how we all grow, because like I said, this podcast is just my gift to you guys to let you know there's something special here, and I'm willing to share what I found in the community and let you know that there's somebody out here that loves you guys and is supporting you guys and is willing to share their insight as well. So episode 10, which is a very, very deep episode, is going to be talking about how we don't want to spread any toxicity in the Orville community. I mean, I think about when I was seeing certain posts online about people getting impatient about season 3, still waiting on that. And there's so much toxicity about that going out there. And basically, I felt like episode 10 needs to really be discussed, because we need to not spread any toxicity in the Orville community, like I've been touching on off and on in this episode tonight. Because Orville community should feel like a safe haven. It should feel like a sanctuary. It shouldn't feel like we're letting any kind of junk in our community. If we're letting any kind of junk out there, guess what? How are we any different from any other community out there there's toxicity? We don't want that here. So let's not spread that in here. So basically, like I said, episode 10 is going to be talking about how we don't want to spread Orville toxicity in the community, wherever platform it is, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, some of the other platforms such as Reddit, or some of these fan sites, or even these message boards like the ones I'm creating. We don't want to spread any toxicity there, guys. Because like I said, Seth MacFarlane, Tom Constantino, and the cast and crew, they're doing so much work for us, and we shouldn't make it extra tedious and stressful for them, because they're getting so much backlash as it is from critics. Let's not spread the critics any more backlash to say, oh, guess what, that Orville community is like any other community. No, let's not do that. Let's cut that out right now. So I hope you guys enjoy these podcasts that I'm doing. Like I said, if you have any insight or any suggestions, comments, feedback, please feel free to let me know. I enjoy doing these podcasts a lot. I mean, like I said, I'm writing them all myself. I'm producing them all myself. I'm not getting paid to doing this. No, in case you guys were wondering, this is all free-based. This is basically something I do in my free time. And it's just something that I actually enjoy doing. I just enjoy sharing my insights and sharing little tidbits here and there. And like I said, this Orville series has been a sanctuary for me, and I'm sure it's been a sanctuary for many of you. But thank you all so much for checking out this episode tonight. I really, really appreciate it. These are the AVP Orville Chats. I am your host, AVP, and this is me signing off until the next time. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys another time. Good night.